Welcome back to Cactus Core Plays Zero Escape 999. My name's Kevandre.
My name is Bobby.
Last time, we were searching through a room, we found a bunch of plates, we combined those plates into this picture of a Rimpa.
Right. A Rimpa is apparently a type of dog.
Yes. Which is also just like a French bulldog.
Maybe.
What I think the picture was.
So, I used to know a lot about dogs, because my mom's one of the type that brings in all the animals, so you learn all about all the different kinds of animals.
Yeah.
But now I just know about bunnies.
But between these last two episodes, I ran off to Wendy's, got stuck behind, like, ridiculous people in the fucking drive-thru.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
People ordering, like, hey, can I have 2 buckets of spicy nugs? And they're like, they comes in packages of 10? Yeah, take 10 of those, put them together, that's 1 bucket, and give me 2 sets of buckets.
Bobby says that like he wouldn't ask for that.
Shut up.
And I'm sorry I didn't bring you any spicy nug.
It's okay. I'm not hungry, so we're fine.
It works out. Anyway, so yes. So now we're talking about the morphogenetic field and all that kind of good stuff. Lotus is taking us to school.
Yeah, apparently she reads the stuff, but she's just like, look, I'm not judging it. I'm not saying I support it. It's probably just a dumb idea. But I did read the book, so that's the picture.
Yeah.
So, better than June already. Lotus is #1 girl right now.
Yeah, okay. So, now we know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how that helps us. A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took 2 similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify initially. But once you'd figured out the answer, you couldn't see it as anything else. These 2 pictures, the first was a woman wearing a hat. The other one, well, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog.
Sure, okay.
So, their experiment... First they sent the pictures to other parts of the world outside the reach of British airwaves. To Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc. Then in each country they gathered a number of test subjects, roughly 1,000 people. They were shown the 2 pictures and asked, "Why does this picture look like to you? What does this picture look like to you?" The results weren't really interesting on their own. 9.2% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. Then 2 days later, they aired a new program on their show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it was a safe bet that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture was at least that many. After another 2 days passed, they gathered more research subjects from areas outside the reach of British TV and radio. This time, they only found a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them had participated in the first test. They were, however, given the same test and the same 2 pictures. The results were startling. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. The previous test sat at 9.2% success rate, not much of a change statistically. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. The percentage of people able to successfully find the dog, it went from 3.9% to 6.8%, a very significant increase. So, do you understand? Do you realize the significance of this experiment?
Yeah, people shared it on Facebook.
There was no way the second group could have seen the picture.
That's not true at all.
They lived far away from Britain and couldn't have seen it.
They absolutely could have.
But even so, it was only the success rate of the dog picture that went up.
Yeah, because that's the only one that they had the solution to, and then it shared.
Why? How did that happen? What does it mean? I don't really feel like 3%
media.
to 6% is a big difference.
It's... can be depending on the group size.
Yeah.
So, like, for 850 people, it's worth noting. Your either first group could have been too low, your second group could be abnormally high. But one sampling size, no matter how big, is usually not enough to establish a good pattern.
Right.
So,
I'm not sure when this British TV show took place either.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it's, like, not right before this, because she says it took place once. I would assume it was probably quite some time ago that they did this.
But also, it's outside of British airwaves. No. I don't know if you know this. British airwaves go everywhere.
Even into space.
Yeah. Into space, into Canada, to the US, into India.
To Omicron Persei 8.
To lots of parts of Africa. Because that's what happens when you've invaded every country on the planet.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Does this have something to do with that field or whatever it was that you were talking about earlier? Field not visible to the eye? So if more people know the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Ellipsis? 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 Ellipsis. Psych! Oh, I was just kidding. You really shouldn't take me seriously. Well, I mean, the things I just told you about are true. They really did happen. But the results of the experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for the ratings. They are a TV station, after all.
Right. Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute, because apparently Santa's a fucking idiot. I, really thought you were serious.
Of course not.
That was an odd laugh.
Like I told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience.
Oh, okay, right.
No, it goes... Ellipsis. Alright, enough nonsense. We've got the key, let's get the fuck out.
Word.
Are you that word to your mother guy? I'm not going to forget it. That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, or as you Japanese say, konnichiwa. Oh, the American way, what up, dog?
It's funny because there's a dog picture.
Sorry, I've been watching Steins Gate all weekend.
Yes.
Field not visible to the naked eye, which is relevant to this game. So that's fun. Morphogenetic field. Whoa.
All right. Let's go out. Let's go to the hallway. Let's all go to the hallway.
Let's go to the hall today.
I'll go get June. You guys head to the door.
Okay. Roger.
Yeah, clearance.
What's our vector? Yes!
Airplane was such a good movie.
Unlocked. Yes. And they referenced that in that same scene in Steins Gate, which was fun.
Do they?
Cause, fucking Okibe meets a black guy in the show, and he starts fucking just speaking Ebonics. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't speak jive.
If you watch the sub version, when he decides to speak English, it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's very bad. But he just goes full steam ahead. Like, he knows his shit. It's great.
I could rewatch Steins Gate in Japanese just to see what the differences are.
Yeah.
I could probably do that. Good job, Junpei. You used a key.
Good. Now we can get going.
Where's June, idiot?
She's dead. Come on. What are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Come on, Jumpy. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Look at those 3D graphics.
They're super realistic.
So good.
You found it.
Got item.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, that too. Another hallway. What is this? Final Fantasy 13?
Hey, fuck you.
Peak 2010 humor.
You never played that game, did you?
I watched Jason play it.
Oh, that's fair. It's a tough game to play, and it's a tough game to watch. It is. I hated it. But 13.2 was great, and I don't care what anyone says. I think Garrison tried to give me shit for that. So,
yeah.
Don't care. 13.2
Also,
is awesome.
PT is nothing but hallway, and people love that game. So, you know.
PT?
Yeah, that Silent Hills thing that was canceled and Konami took off of the PlayStation.
And now you can find PlayStations that still have it downloaded.
And yeah, you can pay a lot for it.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 to get it.
It's a demo that people put in their top 10 games of the decade lists.
That's fucking weird.
No, I don't care how good this demo is. I'm sorry. No.
No
You're
way.
wrong.
You're jumping on the hype train
Get
too
the fuck
soon.
out of here. Jesus. Anyway.
Anyways, come on. Open.
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it. I thought it would. Look over here.
Did my fucking headphones turn off?
Maybe.
Elevators and the buttons.
Mine doesn't hear shit either.
I know, there it is.
Oh, okay. There just wasn't any noise.
Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too. Just like by the staircase.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot, because this is the part that is usually voice acted. Inside the escape rooms, they don't have voice acting, so we just get the...
Okay.
So, I was used to that. Then we come out here to a non-escape room, and it's back to voice acting, which is turned off, so we don't hear the dots. That's why I was very confused. There's a motorcycle guy going by us outside this fucking ship.
Did they skip the rooms just because there's so many variables at play and it would have just taken like too long to record?
Probably.
This. Okay. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like too upset about it because honestly, like when I first heard voice acting, I'm like, I don't think it needs it. The dots are perfect, but clearly watching us do it is the best way to get the voices in this game.
Right, our voices are the definitive versions because we're amateurs.
I agree. Did you say this one?
Yes, I did.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yeah. Sure does.
Well then, let's open it. Alright, here I go.
Oh, so it's a kitchen. What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Not as easy as your mom.
Oh.
Still.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. But we don't have a key for that. Don't we have a key for that?
Don't we need a key for that?
Shut your mouth.
Oh, I guess I'm just the only one that knows how to read.
Sorry. I guess that wasn't very constructive.
I say that and I'm about to fuck up a line. I swear I am. Mm-hmm. Just because I was talking shit. That's how it goes.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Oh, hey.
Hey!
I'm sorry for stealing your line. What's that?
Huh. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck. Let me see that. I knew it. See? Look. Yes, hold your horses.
What did you figure out? This is handy.
See? We came in here. If we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back. Thanks.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door. Then that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems the most likely. Alright, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Okay. Do.
Yes, that too.
Steins Gate's a great show, guys.
Watch
it. And if you don't want to watch it, it's one of the games on our list. We'll play it eventually.
One day. Alright, and we're back in an escape room.
Alright, so...
This looks like a serving table. I would imagine food is put here after it's prepared so that the waiters and waitresses can take it out to the customers. But something doesn't seem right here. Why are there so many plates?
There's usually lots of plates.
A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F.
Yeah, having worked in restaurants before, not as like a kitchen person, but just there.
Yeah.
Some of the codes that they develop are super specific, and it gets super weird, and it's like reading fucking cryptograms sometimes.
Right. Do they use hex?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
They always have like a computer system now to type it in and be like, hey, do this, add this, minus this, and all that stuff, and sometimes they'll print off like different colors, so it's super easy for you to see subtract and add for the dish.
Yes.
Sometimes, though, it's not that clear cut, and they just write and scribble all over the shit, and you're just like, what the fuck does this mean?
Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver.
I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy.
Spending a day off with June, drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me?
Jumpy?
Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on.
This table looks really old-fashioned.
Probably means this is an old boat.
Don't call my mom names. It's a lot of notes. They've got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that.
No. God damn it, Donovan. Oh, I guess I just can't touch that. Fuck it.
Can't touch that. Da, 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 da. Cheese! Fantastic.
Hey, there's something behind the cheese.
You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese?
Alright guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you.
Like, or just eat the cheese.
There's a little green bottle back there.
Fantastic.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? Yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rupees.
Khajiit has wares. If you has rupees. Oh, nice.
A rusty knife.
A little wah handle and all that stuff. That's cool.
I don't think we'll be able to use it when it's like this.
It's futile.
Futile.
You know, a waste. Useless, pointless. Just like you, Jumpy.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason, really. Really. I was just thinking about futility.
Like, why not? Huh? Why were you thinking about futility?
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted? Oh, goodness.
No, I haven't.
God
what
damn
is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson, and this is true, as best as I can recall. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself and the cause and the location of the damage. Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly. It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
Ellipsis.
But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster.
Because he's a one-trick pony.
In one, two ships collided, and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. This is kind of a common theme. In the other ship, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank. So, yeah, they were taking northern routes, and colliding with icebergs was a common fear, because they knew that there's a lot of an iceberg that you can't see, and there's some icebergs that are almost entirely underwater. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't even see the tip if it's dark.
Like, you've seen those dark web pictures. The dark web thing may be bullshit, but the iceberg thing is not.
Yeah, and some of them can spread out really far. So there were ships sinking with iceberg strikes before the Titanic. That wasn't new. And ships not having enough lifeboats was kind of a known thing. And part of the reason that we have so many lifeboat restrictions now and guidelines is because the Titanic sinking get enough publicity that it changed our current guidelines of what we need to have in case a ship sinks. So, if you look back then, it's like, yeah, if I was an author writing about a sinking boat, a common fear with people traveling, which also was very common at the time to do by boat, that would be a thread that would be very easy to come to the conclusion to. It's like, hey, there are these big ships. That's how the ocean liners do. They hold this size. This is this displacement for the bigger ships. Okay, that's easy enough. They hold this much crew. Fair enough. This is the lifeboat guidelines. That's not enough, so about this many things. The Titanic wasn't really out of code, so it's not that big of a stretch to write a story like that.
Right.
It's just people like to draw dots and say, oh, clearly they saw the future. It's like, no, this was just kind of an accident waiting to happen.
Right. Yeah, it was going to happen at some point. Right. Anyway. I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day. Or even other ships.
Thank you, Jumpy. Right. I knew you'd say that.
Fucking magic. Huh?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers?
What if he did? What if Stead did have some special powers?
It's almost like it wouldn't fucking matter at all.
Look off a queen.
To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic ride? God damn it. I know what this is. Oh, motherfucker.
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write the Bible?
Don't be a cunt.
Isn't that what they say the Bible was?
Some people say that. Some people
call me that.
There's a specific group, not a specific group, but there's large groups that say the Bible is the literal word of God. That, that is the actual 100%, this is the way it happened, which is ridiculous. And I am pretty much a Christian, so I believe the Bible is good stories and inspired, but it was still written by people. But a lot of people say, oh yeah, this is the direct spirit of God who wrote the Bible, and it's like, no, hold on now.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand what's been going on with how books work. And it really bugs me, because there's a couple of groups who have, like, additions to the Bible and all that stuff, or different versions. They're like, this is the absolute one, our leader group person was inspired, and this is the main one. And if you think I'm talking about one specific group, I'm not. I'm talking about 3 that I know of. And then you look at the books that they have now, and they flip it open, and it says 5th edition. It's like, oh, yeah, you write it perfectly the first time, but this is the 5th edition. Okay. All those typos were meant to be in there, and you took them out. Good for you.
Yeah.
It's, it's a good book.
And then there's King James.
Yeah. King James, alright, dude.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
Thank you, Jumpy.
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load.
Here, here's an idea. Don't entertain that thought, because it is.
These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so that he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit.
He was possessed by God.
Oh, shit.
Or Nostradamus.
He was doing the possessing. Oh.
Impressive. Ellipsis. Ellipsis. What are you smoking?
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes. 20 years before it happened.
Bruh. Why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But...
Come on, let's get back to it.
This chick's fucking loony.
Look at that fucked up knife.
I could fix it.
I'm sure you could. You are a master magician.
I do things. It looks like some kind of large tin container.
Well, it's empty.
Just like my brain.
Oh.
This chick's... don't like her.
All we've got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons.
I mean, kind of an idiot, are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead?
Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious?
My father was a race car driver.
Alright, it's going. Do you think this is all part of Zero's plan?
Probably. Kind of hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere.
Wonder what this drawer is. You see the metal grate on top of the grill? They make it look like that so the fat and juices can drip off the meat while it cooks. I see. It looks like the area under the plate opens up. No, you can't. I already checked. It's sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. Alright, so...
This is the door we came in through. It's not locked, so we could go back out, but...
What's the point, right? All that's out there is an iron gate and a dead-end hallway.
Yep. Might as well be locked for all the good going back out there to do. Yeah, right.
And then this is the way out.
And a
There's
rolling
fine
pin.
rolling pin. Oh, a countertop.
There's a rolling pin and a colander here. Nothing useful. Colanders are very useful. Asshole.
Yeah, also, tell that to, like, pirate women.
Yeah.
A trash can. There's nothing inside of it.
Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. I've never had good luck with rolling pins.
Oh, yeah?
I can never keep, like, the flour content right, so that way it's always sticking to the damn rolling pin. It just never works out for me. It's one of the few things that I've kept on trying and dedicated some amount of time to and just can't fucking do.
I see.
It's magic.
It's a bolt.
No, it's magic. I just said so.
And it's really rusty. Will this even open? We won't know till we try. Let's give it a shot.
Maybe June can do some automatic writing and it'll open. How about that?
Alright, let's see if you're gonna come out. That's what the papers have been saying to Tom Cruise for years. Damn! No dice. You fuck! This bolt is rusted in place. It won't budge. Of course! Maybe if I put some oil on it.
Hey!
Just a little bit of oil in my life. Come on. Come on, you little son of a bitch! Plop! Ha, yes! Got you, you little bastard!
You did it, Jumpy! You're so smart.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And good at oiling things up.
Mm.
It's very important.
It's cold in here. What is this place?
Must be some Tauros in the atmosphere. Do you get that joke?
No, I do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad that you get it. If you haven't seen the movie, bring it on. Go watch it. It's fantastic. I have to stop whatever I'm doing and watch it every time. Anyways, are you blind? It's a freezer.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Whoa, it's really cold in here.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, freezer's probably good for that.
My fever's gone now.
But...
Huh?
No! Why did it suddenly close? Ow! The knob's frozen. I hate it when that happens.
Oh, but why?
Looks like the pipe next to it broke and...
Hey, Lotus, you're out there, right? Open the door.
What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open. Try opening it from that side. Please.
Fine. If you say so. Hold on. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Frigid bitch.
Later, bitches.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
Ellipses.
God damn it.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Right.
Oh, hey, look. Random shit.
Dry ice. Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Hell if I know. How's that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here. Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees.
She just knows that.
Yeah. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, it becomes a solid.
How do you know that?
Despite my looks, I'm the... the queen of random knowledge.
See, they already expect that we're gonna fuck up saying these things, so they just fuck it up for us in the text.
Yeah, but it's super weird, because I'm reading that and I want to fuck it up more.
Yeah.
It's like, you either gotta go full hog with it, or just keep it normal.
Yeah, you never want to go full hog.
Never full hog.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Deaf. That's right.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. He wanted out of the... What? What? The fuck?
It is kind of weird.
But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns into a liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure, it won't turn into a liquid, right? Liquid! That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
Hard drive.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees. I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees? Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9.
Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice 9. Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance could actually exist.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O.
So it turns into a sheep, I understand.
No. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yep. Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seeds crystal begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. Once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating.
Through the morphogenic field.
No. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, we're impressed.
Are we?
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Well, we're trying to get in our pants, okay? So
No,
we're
are
very
we?
impressed by you, June.
Are we trying to get in her pants?
Yes.
Oh, what happened to Lotus over there? You know, the smart one.
We already have an in with June. We have a better chance here.
I don't care if I have an in. I don't want to stick my dick in that kind of stupid.
You can stick your dick in both. But,
Can you?
well, no, this
Is that an
isn't
option?
this isn't that kind of visual novel.
Aw, damn it.
What does that have to do with Ice 9?
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened? I mean...
This is a good time to talk about this when we're in the fucking freezer.
Yeah.
A lot like. That would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man.
It'd be the end of the world. at any rate, we're not going to have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick. Alright, guys. I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I think that's a good stopping point.
I think so, too.
Yeah. So, getting pretty far off topic a few times during this episode.
Yes.
But yeah, let's go ahead and call it there. And
It all matters, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do our shoutouts.
Cool.
So, I'll go first.
Okay.
My shoutout is going to go towards a game that very recently came out, and I've been looking forward to for a few months now. It's a Dark Crystal Tactics. So it's based off of the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Netflix show. It pretty much follows along with that. And you get some extra side bits by playing the game, stuff that they didn't quite have enough time to show in the show and all that stuff. But it pretty much follows the same story. It's a good tactics game. It's not anything new. It doesn't try to do anything, completely outlandish or whatever. It's just a good tactics game. It's, hey, you have this job class system. That feels good. You have this armor upgrade stuff. That feels natural. It's good RPG, good tactics, great story because it's Dark Crystal, and I love Dark Crystal. I really like it. And for only $20 on just about any system that you want, I think.
Yeah, it's on Xbox, so it's pretty much on everything.
On every system.
Yeah.
Not super long, but still enjoyable. Still
Did you already beat it?
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't watched any Dark Crystal related media, so I have no idea about it.
Bitch.
But this was announced back at E3 last year, and it's taken until now for it to come out.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out by the end of 2019, and then they pushed it out a bit, and it came out February 4th?
Yeah,
something like that. February 4th, 2020.
Anyway, as for my shout-out, I'm going to do a shout-out to Wendee Lee, who does the voice of Clover in this game, as well as Virtue's Last Reward. And you probably...
Good to know that she lives.
Yeah, well, there are multiple endings for both of these games, right? Yeah. So, it's...
Good to know that she can
can potentially live, right? And who's to say that VLR is even canon with all the timelines? That's the thing about things like Zero Escape and Steins Gate, right? Nothing's truly canon, right? Anyway, so that's interesting to think about. But anyway, so she's the voice of Clover, but you probably know her best as the voice of Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
But she's in all sorts of shit, too.
Yep.
She's all over the place. But truly, that's probably her most significant role is Faye. Even though she's like the worst main character of that show. Still great.
She's the worst main character out of a cast of phenomenal
characters, right? Yeah.
She's still awesome, just the lowest rated awesome.
Right. You're not going to beat Ed, Spike, and Jet. And Ein.
Ein's number one, let's be real.
That's true. But yeah, she's pretty good in that show too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this one. So we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.